Thank you for watching. This is Mature Living. I'm Mary Yanez, Director of the Senior Adult Program. And of course, we're celebrating here at the college our 50th anniversary in 2019, and we're going to do it all the way through December, having a good time. We're also celebrating our 28th year with Mature Living, continuously airing shows and interesting interviews with people here in the community. I want to take this opportunity to thank, of course, our EPCC staff, all the technicians, everybody that runs this studio, this program for television at the college, and also our senior adult program staff over there in the B building at the ASC. I know they're very supportive, and we thank them for all their good work. So let's get our show started. We have an interesting show planned out. And first, I'd like to reintroduce you to a person from the Chamizal National Memorial, Park Ranger Gina Hernandez. Thank you for being with us, Gina.
Thank you very much. It's always good to be here, and congratulations on this important anniversary.
Yes, and I understand you're going to be talking about another one you're celebrating.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about what you're working on. The Chamizal is always busy. It's a great place for seniors to go or families. And it's because of that hard work that the Rangers are doing over there.
Well, we try, and we're super happy because we're getting a little bit more help these days. We are in the process of formalizing a relationship with a new friends group, and their name is the Amigos del Chamizal Foundation, and they have their 501c3 and are working on becoming our formal friends group, and they're already at work.
Oh my gosh.
They have brought us some really great presentations and opportunities for September, and that's what we're going to talk about.
And you're going to be talking about some films that they have rights to and share with this community through the Chamizal. Tell me about what you have planned for September.
Okay, great. The first one coming up is September 13th. That's a Saturday, and we will be showing The Forgotten Eagles. And that's a film. It is in English, although I understand they are working on a Spanish version. It tells the story of the Escuadron 201, so the 201st Fighter Squadron. That was a group of 300 volunteers from Mexico, and they came to the United States during World War II and trained with the Air Force and helped the Air Force liberate the Philippines in World War II. And to my knowledge, they're the only veterans of foreign wars in Mexico, and it's a really important story. They're often called the Forgotten Eagles because they called themselves the Aztec Eagles, but their story is not well known. And so we're really happy to...
Great thing to promote.
Yes.
Between Mexico and the United States, and always good neighbors. And we were always very interested in the safety of Mexico and the safety of the United States, you know.
Absolutely, and it goes right along with our story, what another example of cooperation between the two countries. And we have plenty of them. We just have to keep telling those stories.
Keep highlighting it.
Yes.
Very good. And we'll be sure and go to that. And that's a Saturday at 7 o'clock. Doors open at 6:30, I'm sure. And it's a free event.
Free event. All of these that we're talking about today are free events.
Very good. What do you have later on in that month?
So we have another film on the 20th of September. That's also a Saturday. This one is also World War II era. It tells a very different story. It's called And Then They Came for Us, and it's the story of the forced incarceration of thousands of Japanese Americans during that time. And although those are harder stories, they're really important stories to tell because, you know, we know that the way we understand and remember history affects how we make decisions today, and some similar decisions are in front of us, and so we need to keep that history in mind.
Very good. October is a busy month as well for y'all, and I know that there's a Borderlands Heritage Festival coming up. Tell me the date and what's going to happen.
Okay, so the Borderlands Heritage Festival is on the 26th of October. It's the very last Saturday of the month, and it's going on from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And this is a cultural festival. We have had a cultural festival at the same time the past few years. This year we have a lot going on with it. There are already dance performances and music performances that are booked. We're going to have food trucks, storytellers from La Llorona to Navajo storytellers. We'll have animals from Avila Farms. We're even going to have a big Pokemon Go event.
Oh
So
my
those
goodness.
those of you who do Pokemon Go or have grandkids
They'll
that
be
do.
searching. I think they walk around and do something. They catch some Pokemons all over the place.
Yes, and the park is a very active place for them,
Very
and it's going to be really neat and interactive
Super.
with the park.
Did I
rangers.
miss something in
We-
yes,
we
in
do.
September.
We do. September's a packed month. That's why. But the 25th of September, which is actually a Wednesday, that is the date of the anniversary that you mentioned earlier. It's the 55th anniversary of the meeting between President Johnson and President Lopez Mateos at Bowie High School.
Wow.
When they sort of recognized the finalization of the agreement that settled the chamizal issue. And we are going to have a reception, and a really neat gift is going to be given to us from today's Bowie High School. They have a letter from President Johnson to one of their alumni and a commemorative medallion. It's been in their safekeeping for the past many years.
55 years.
And they're going to give it to the park to add to our collection so that we can preserve it.
That is so wonderful. And what a great thing. And I understand that Nestor Valencia, former city planner, is going to be speaking.
Yes, so he's going to kind of bring those events to the forefront of our minds again and shed some light on what was going on during all of these negotiations. It was a busy time, and he's always fascinating to listen to.
Yeah, I know Nestor, and I'll be looking forward to seeing him. Going back now to all the things that you do throughout the year and other events, what do you have to share with us?
Absolutely. So another, again in September, event that we always love to help out with is the celebration of Mexican Independence Day. Some people call it El Grito, or I believe they're calling it Vivamos Mexico.
Yes.
And it's going to be celebrated at the park on September 14th. And I believe it starts about 4:30 in the afternoon, and they have performances going on all through the evening. And so we're thrilled to host the Mexican Consulate and their celebration again this year.
That's wonderful.
And always look forward to celebrating with them.
Absolutely. And of course, the 16 de Septiembre is the actual Independence Day that everybody celebrates. And here in this border town, we just kind of jump back and forth with celebrations.
Absolutely.
4th of July for the U.S. and then the 16 de Septiembre for Mexico. I understand you're going to have some remodeling or some work being done?
We do have a lot going on, but many of those events are not going to be in the theater, in the inside theater, for the next several months, beginning in about November, December, and on into January of 2020. The lights in the theater are the original lights, and
They're antiques?
they're antiques. They use a lot of energy, so we have been able to get a project to replace those lights with energy efficient LED lights, so saving money and upgrading. And we're also remodeling the dressing rooms, so when the next performances happen, hopefully our performers will be much more comfortable.
Yes. Oh, how wonderful.
And we're excited
Well,
to
it's always
offer that.
good to have a facelift.
Yes.
You know, and do some remodeling, and it's a great opportunity to tell the community to continue to support your programs.
Absolutely.
Gina, we really appreciate. You want to give your phone number, your website? We've just about run out of time for this interview, but you can always call Gina. You can always call the chamizal, and this is the information.
Absolutely. All of these events are on our website calendar. That website is www.nps.gov/chamizal. And our phone number is 915-532-7273.
That is so great. Thank you for taking the time, your busy day, to come over here and share all this great information. All of the events there at the chamizal are free, so there's no reason why families can't make it.
Absolutely. Thank you, and we hope that all of your viewers can bring their families and join us.
Thank you. We'll be back with more guests, and thanks to Gina Hernandez, the park ranger over at Chamizal National Memorial. We'll be back. Thank you for staying with us, and as promised, we're going to bring you great information, a lot of great conferences here in the El Paso area. There's a mind-body conference that is coming up very quickly here. It's the 4th annual. And this conference is about mind, body, and integrative medicine. And with us is Dr. Baltazar, Jose Baltazar, who is one of the coordinators, a presenter, I mean, you name it. And so he's one of our good friends here at the community college. He also teaches for the senior adult program, the mind, body, medicine class, which we'll tell you all about. You can always call our senior adult program office to register for that class. Thank you, Dr. Baltazar, for being with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Good to see
Thank
you
for
again.
having us here.
Fourth annual. For
This is
4
the
years, y'all have been presenting this conference. Tell me the date, the time, and the place, and then we'll get into the actual
Okay.
speakers.
So the conference this year is September 28th. Registration begins at 7:30. The conferences or the workshops go on from 8 to 4 o'clock.
Well, pretty much all day.
And so we're going to have a better, well, we consider it a better program this year because people have choices. It's not a fixed program. They can choose from different presentations that we're going to have.
Very good. So
So-
you'll have work sessions and presentations simultaneously.
We have 2 tracks, and so that you can choose which session to go to during the day.
And what are the 2 tracks?
The one, well, there, if you notice, there's 6 presentations through the
Yes.
day. So we're going to have a track of 3, and then another track of another 3. And so people who attend are going to be able to attend three of the talks or presentations. And so we're giving them 2 choices to choose from.
Very good. And they can hop around.
And they can go to the one they like better. We're going to have a program with full descriptions and bios of the presenters and everything, so that they can choose what they prefer to.
Now there
go.
is a fee, $50 for registration, and $60 if they register after September 15th. So,
Correct.
and you do have the CEUs.
Yes, the conference is organized by Transpecos Counseling Association and my consulting business called El Paso Oasis. So we're the main sponsors of the conference.
Very good.
And so the reason we give CEUs to counselors and social workers is because of Transpecos Counseling Association. They're approved to grant the
CEUs.
units.
Excellent.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about the speakers? This is an annual event. Of course, it's going to take place on the 20th. It's a Saturday.
Yes.
And tell me about the 2 tracks and who are the speakers for it.
Okay, so we have Dr. Carlos Gonzalez. He's a doctor in chiropractic, but he also is certified in different areas of holistic medicine. One of the areas that he's certified in is nutrition. So he's going to be doing the keynote on how the water is here in El Paso, and you know, the toxins in the water and things
Yeah.
like that, and how to what kinds of waters to drink, which ones are better, how to keep your water cleaner and things like that.
So he'll be talking detoxing for mental health.
He also is going to be doing the main one of the main presentations on detoxing for mental health. So
Very good.
the theme of the conference is mental health, improving thinking, improving health, ADD, ADHD, Alzheimer's even, what sort of things to do to prevent it and things like that. So Dr. Gonzalez is one of the speakers. We also have Lynn Provenzano, who's a certified energy healer in pranic healing. And that's a very interesting area that is a lot of research that it is effective for.
What is pranic?
Pranic healing is an energy healing type of therapy,
Yes.
which addresses parts of the body through energy of the practitioner. And so depending on where the problem is, the practitioner knows how to diagnose it, where it is, even what is causing it.
Yes,
And then, of course, the system of healing is what they do, what they apply.
And then you've got a tag team also, Monica Gomez and Maria Lopez.
Yes, Ms. Monica Gomez is a well-known communications specialist. She's got a lot of years in radio stations and TV stations and things like that. But she's also a certified holistic healer.
Okay.
And what she does is she specializes in using art therapy for helping people improve their mind and their emotions.
Very good.
And she's developed her own system. She has a book that's published for practitioners that we can use to help other people in that area.
Okay. The 5 dimensions of mental health is going to be presented by Richard Salcido.
Yes, Mr. Salcido is a licensed counselor, licensed therapist. He's also the director of the one of the agencies here for mental health in El Paso. And he's going to be presenting on the 5 dimensions, meaning, you know, what are the 5 areas that people need to take care of to prevent mental illness or to improve mental illness if people have already been diagnosed.
Very good. Dr. Kim Diaz and Dr. Juan Ferret, mindfulness and its benefits to mental health. Mindfulness. We hear that word a lot.
Mindfulness is a very popular, but it's popular because it is very well researched, that it helps all kinds, different types of mental illnesses in this case. But in addition to that, mindfulness has been tested for many other conditions, headaches, migraines, pain, physical pain, mental, emotional healing and stuff like that. So it's very popular because it is very well researched.
Yes.
And so everybody is into mindfulness.
Yes.
And Dr.
It's a beautiful
Kim,
word, though. And even in finding jobs, or significant jobs, or meaningful jobs, mindfulness comes into
mindfulness
careers.
is a state. In other words, wherever you are, you're supposed to be there. You know, your mind is not supposed to be somewhere else. So so that's just the nature of the mind, to go from place to place and in different thoughts and different things that are going on in our life.
Present in the moment.
But mindfulness teaches you to be present in the moment. And the advantage of being able to focus your mind and stay mindful through your life has a lot of mental and physical benefits.
Very good.
That is the interesting aspect of it, right?
Oh, and you're going to be presenting Dr. Jose Baltazar. I see here in the flyer, music, suggestion, and imagery for PTSD and mental health. That is an interesting topic.
Yes, I'm going to be teaching or sharing 2 very powerful techniques that have been very effective for me in working with people with different types of mental illnesses. The idea of the workshop is that when you use more than one type of therapy combined as a unit, the power of healing multiplies.
Very good.
It takes time to explain, but I was able to heal a person that had been suffering from PTSD for over 6 years from an experience that he went through, and in a couple of sessions he was fine. And it's just using different therapies but combined. It's like everything else. It's the concept of synergy.
Very good.
Right?
Can we give a phone number, because we're just about out of time, but I want you to give, how can they contact you to register for the conference? This is the Mind, Body, and Integrative Medicine Conference. It's the 4th annual. It's going to be at the Hilton Garden Inn on September 28th, Saturday. And also you're going to have a light breakfast and lunch?
We're going to have a light breakfast, but the lunch is a full lunch. And
Very
it's
good.
included in the cost of the conference.
And it's $50.
So
can we give
very
the phone
affordable.
number? Very good,
Yes,
Doctor.
the number to call for information or to buy tickets is 915-831-2419. 831-2419. They can also register online, and it's called Mind Body Conference, all one word, mindbodyconference.com.
Very good. I think I might do that. Register online so I can get
It's
that
the best way. It's the
$50
best way
price.
to do it. But people who don't have access to technology or are not comfortable with technology, we will get them the tickets.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for being here and
Thank you for
telling us
having
about
us.
this wonderful conference. And we're always learning. Have an open mind. We've got to have an open mind.
Yes.
And we'll be back with more guests. Thank you, Dr. Baltazar. I want to invite you to the El Paso Chopin Festival. It's a piano festival that started 25 years ago by Dr. Lucy Scarbrough and many people that have helped throughout the years. And we're going to be talking a little bit to Dr. Scarbrough and with Anita Shing, who have been working on this. And of course, she's got a committee, a tremendous committee that helps quite a bit. And so let's just get started. I met Dr. Scarbrough when I started working at the college in 1973. And she was already working, I believe, with the college in the music as a music instructor, professor. And the college is celebrating 50 years. And Dr. Scarbrough is celebrating 25 years with this El Paso Chopin Piano Festival. Dr. Scarbrough, what are your early memories of the college as a music instructor at the college?
Well, they didn't have any music at all, and so I started the whole program, and I wrote the whole program for the books, and I had to do a lot of studying because all of a sudden I was it, and so
You were the coordinator.
right, the
Yes.
coordinator, and so from scratch I built the whole program. There have been modifications since, but the general format that was important to the college music program is what I started. Even some of the numbers that go with MWAP and all. I loved it from the first.
Yes, and you know, I believe we have a picture of you playing in the first graduating class. Is that, you remember that? Can you imagine playing for the first graduating class at
Yeah,
the
do
college?
you have one?
Yes, we have it, and we're showing it right now. Oh, gosh. That is
Oh, my
so
goodness.
beautiful. Your greatest love is Chopin music, Chopin's music. And he was a Polish. Can you tell me a little bit about Chopin?
Well, he's a Polish composer. What he did was he modernized the method of playing the piano, because he came at the right time when the piano was really starting getting into its full fruition, and he was like a shock in the arm, or however you want to say it. But he went to Paris, never to leave Poland again. So he went there, and when he got there, they were so astounded at the way he played, because he didn't play like the others did. But the way I describe it is like if everybody's very stated and going to play Bach, and some jazz artist came along. That's about the same effect
Yes.
that he had, because he wrote this romantic music, and it's all heart and emotion. Chopin is heart and emotion.
Heart and emotion. Well, you do a beautiful job, and you have been the founder of this El Paso Chopin Piano Festival for many years now, 25 years, and you meet these wonderful pianists from all over the world. You've been a judge.
Right.
You've been asked to judge. Tell me about those experiences, and then we'll get a chance to talk to Anita in a minute.
I was a judge for the famous competition of Chopin in Miami, and that is a high judge. I mean, to me, a high honor for me, because I was with the finest pianists
And this
in
is
the
how
world.
you have discovered these pianists that are going to be here. The first concert is going to be Josh Wright, this pianist. He's a prize winner of the U.S. Chopin competition. It's going to be Saturday, September the 28th. Anita, can you talk a little bit about Josh Wright for the Saturday, September 28th concert?
Yeah, in fact, our committee, chose these two pianists with the mind that, they are the best, from all our concerts. We have performed 85 concerts for the past 25 years. And Josh Wright actually is also, a star, a glimmering star. And then he has a lot of albums he produced himself. And then it topped, the Billboard chart for many, many weeks. So this is something that the audience is expecting, to see.
He's
in
been in the
person.
Billboard charts, and it's got albums. And
Yes.
Josh
yes.
Wright.
Yeah, he played, his first recital at Carnegie Hall and the Kennedy Center, and also he also features in the American Got Talent season 9. So
Wow.
he's everywhere. Right now he's a professor in Utah.
Very good. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you mentioned that. Mei Ting Sung is the prize winner also Saturday, October 12th. Tell me a little bit about this pianist.
Yeah, Mei Ting actually is a native of China. And then at the age of 5, he won the competition already. So I think he's a child prodigy
Yes.
in music. And then age 9, he came to New York and under the tutelage of a lot of famous pianists. And then he got his doctorate degree in Juilliard Music School. Yeah, and then he's a stunner. And people give, great review on him. Yeah, he played extensively, not just Chopin. He has, complete works of Brahms, Beethoven sonatas, Debussy's, and all those are great composers. So, and he is like world famous right now.
How
he
fortunate.
He traveled Europe, Asia, and he also collaborate a lot of orchestras, world famous orchestras. Yeah, and
How fortunate that Mei Ting wants to come to El Paso all the time. This is not his first time. He had another
No,
visit.
he said the way they treat him and the audience he has, that he gets a lot more money elsewhere. But just ask him. He said, "I'll be there in a flip."
Oh, to El
To El
Paso. He
Paso.
loves coming to El Paso. All the concerts, there's 3 concerts. Saturday, September 28th with Josh Wright, then October 12th. And then, of course, your concert is the last one, Saturday, October 26th at the Chamizal. They're all at the Chamizal, and they're free concerts.
Right.
Tell me about the committee, and I know you want to thank your committee.
I do. You want to
Coordinators
talk about the committee?
Yeah,
Maybe you should
we
do.
have a great committee. Actually, I joined this committee like 17 years ago, and then I love help wherever needed me. So I would jump in, and later on, they turn me as like a manager. I'm doing all the liaisons with the Chamizal, and then with the ushers, especially the community college. They provide a lot of ambassador to help us out, and yeah. We are like a non-profit, so we need a lot of community help.
and contributions.
Yes, this year is our 25th anniversary, and I'm so grateful. A lot of people, they chip in, like the El Paso Community College, they have the Salute to the Arts program, and then the United Bank of El Paso, and also our Chopin Society. And also, right now, we have the Polish Society want to join us, to help us out
The
too.
Polish Society is going to help.
And this is 25th anniversary, and Ginger trying to design some buttons for sale in order for us to remember all the victims, in a shooting
El Paso
incident.
Strong.
Yeah, so we have a theme tie up with this year's anniversary is El Paso Strong, Music Heals.
Music Heals buttons.
And
I want one
music
of
is
those.
very beneficial to the creative mind. It is. It's very mindful. The whole thing's educational.
Your beautiful music that you present on October 26th. So September 28th, October 12th, and October 26th at the Chamizal free concerts. Get there early because it's first come, first serve. It gets full. We fill up the houses, and we want to give a phone number. It's 915-584-1595 if you want to find out more information about the El Paso Chopin Piano Festival. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
Thank
here.
you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Time flies, doesn't it?
Yes.
On TV.
Yeah.
Maybe I
Thank all your committee and all your sponsors.
didn't
Yes.
didn't
Go
thank
ahead.
them.
Go ahead.
Oh, I want to thank the committee and the sponsors. Without them, we couldn't do it. And not only as a musician talking, but just as personally, the people that have made me a better person. I think.
You are.
They
And you've
enriched
made us
my life.
better. You've made El Paso better. Thank you.